that time they really dabbled on a lot of the concept we deal with today, but like back then there was a lot of taboo, you know.
Right.
It was like there was one episode in particular with the B Arthur's character. She she had to go to a psychiatrist. She was going to a psychiatrist, and something must have happened at the way the psychiatrist made her feel a certain type of way that she ended up confronting him and making it seem like, you know, that all women are some type of, it needs to be some type of way.
Right.
And she confronted him in front of his wife at a freaking restaurant.
Oh.
That even though when the you know the husband was like, I'm here having dinner with my wife, and the wife was like, no, she could keep on talking,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And it was pretty deep. Like she was like putting him in his place.
What's good, Shaddy? How you doing? Yes, we're live. We're here, and we were talking about Golden Girls and some of the episodes where they roast each other, and then he started talking about that
Which
one.
reminds me, I'm getting those Funko Pops, those Golden Girl Funko Pops,
Oh, you
just
are?
because.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
they all there. Sophia, Blanche, Rose, and I still can't remember the other one.
Shaddy sent me a video of the Avengers from 2012, the first movie, but they had the Funko Pops of all of them, and they
Oh
like
yeah,
had the
that
place thing. Yeah, we talked about that one a
I
long
think
time
it was
ago.
a Amazon exclusive. I think
Yeah,
each
they're
of
hard to
them,
find
like,
though. Yeah, they're hard to
yeah,
find now.
they were slowly coming out little by little. Like I think it was the Iron Man came first, then came like the Hulk, and then it started coming with the Captain America and all that stuff. They were coming little individually, but I think they were all Amazon exclusives.
Yeah. How you doing, Shaddy? I haven't talked to you in a while. Been really busy with work, It'd be like that, but um so today we're gonna talk about what are we gonna talk about today? We're gonna talk about top 5 of our favorite sequels.
Ooh,
Because that's fun. And I thought of that while I was working because I had to I brought a notepad to my job. I wrote some
also
ideas
fine.
down.
Okay.
Finally brought my notepad. And then we're gonna talk about the Falcon and Winter Soldier, and then I forgot what else I put on the title. Top sequels, Falcon and Winter Soldier, and if I can just maximize that. Oh, and the show Invincible because I have some. I saw some videos on YouTube and some of the characters that we already seen from the 3 episodes. Um, they get more expanded, and it's very interesting on how one of them, Alan, the Cyclops looking one, how his character in the comics is, and you're gonna be like, whoa, really? So we're gonna get into that. So first, top 5 of our favorite sequels. I know me and you already agreed on one because I heard you say one, The Dark Knight. Dark
Of
Knight, of
course,
course. I
man.
mean, come on, Christopher Nolan did that amazingly. Joker, Heath Ledger. You talk about like one of the most cynical ways of getting to your enemy and killing off one of his love interests, which he didn't even know, but and it brought out so many good quotes that I'm gonna use on one of Omni Man, which is you either die as a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna do that video tomorrow. I gotta finish it. But what do you so Dark Knight for you, what you think?
The Dark Knight or the next movie?
No, the Dark Knight for you, yeah. What do you think of the Dark Knight, man?
Oh man, every single part of that, every scene with the Joker was brilliant. There was no part there that you felt like I didn't really like that part. That
Right.
he was very charismatic and breathtaking, and it was like you couldn't help but just like you had to keep your eyes focused. And
Mm-hmm.
like the little ticks, the way he moved and anything like that, like you always had to keep your eyes like how he was portraying that character. Even that lip thing, which was because of his prosthetics that he kept licking in the side of his mouth, it felt like genuine
Yeah.
to the Joker character.
Yeah.
Like I could imagine him actually doing that, even in the comics, like doing that lick thing, you know. And it was great. Like they didn't give him an origin. which was fine with me. He didn't even have an origin when he first came out in the comics. It was like later on.
Yeah.
So it felt, he felt like an unknown. He didn't have any name. He didn't have any aliases, you know. I mean, one of my favorite scenes, it's probably uh I mean, it's always the scene when he's they're interrogating him with
Oh
Batman.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Always a fun scene.
My
But
favorite
it's like those,
cinematic scene is the one with the when he's outside the police car, just whipping his hair out, and
yeah.
this is that's such a good scene, man. And then they do it again in the Joker movie with Joaquin Phoenix, where he's sitting down, but the lights are still there because he's in the back of
Yeah.
the police car.
Even the scene when they end up giving Gordon to become commissioner, and he just does that clap
Yeah,
like
yeah.
this. Oh man, it's just like those little subtle scenes made him iconic. Like there was like scenes that they didn't need to have no voice whatsoever. He didn't even have to act. There was just this, like he didn't have to like say anything. There was just like these subtle scenes, like the tick or the like, like pulling out the card or out of his pocket, and just this the kicking the door when he was at the bombs, like these little subtle things. It was just brilliant. Like I mean, he did a hell of a good job.
Yo, Brandini, I know Superman's the best character. Did you even watch the Zack Snyder Justice League movie? You gotta watch it, man. It's 4 hours, but you gotta watch it. It was so good.
It didn't, to be honest, it didn't feel like 4 hours. It felt like a decent size for a
You know,
for a
I felt
movie
the
of
4 hours. I felt it. I was like, damn, this movie is long. Cause you know what? With Wonder Woman, that shit felt long,
Yeah, and the thing is,
and
it's
you
because
felt
it's
it.
there was a lot of it was a lot of things that it dragged in that
Yeah,
movie.
yeah. It
I
like
didn't
that.
feel I didn't feel that the movie dragged in Snyder.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, yeah,
It
yeah.
felt like there was
It was
backstory,
scene
and it
after
kept coming
scene,
and
and the
coming after
story.
scene after
Yeah,
scene. There was
yeah,
always something that it was captivating.
yeah.
Like even the scenes where Cyborg Victor Stone is inside the in the car, and he's crying because his father didn't come
Oh
to the
yeah, yeah, yeah.
football and then football game, and you can see like he's just emotionally, he's crying, and then the mother is like trying to calm him down, like, and then the car accident happens, and then just these, you know like it didn't feel like, oh god, another scene that I have to like deal with. It was good, and I loved every minute of it.
This guy Adam saying who would win, Deadshot or Green Arrow?
Oh man, they're both marksmen, great marksmen, and
That's
Arrow's not
actually hard.
cocky.
No, he's not
Arrow's
cocky.
not cocky, but Deadshot is. And I think
His
Oliver,
cockiness would probably fuck him over. Though
yeah,
though Green Arrow is a bit cocky though.
he's
But
a
but
bit cocky, but he knows his shit. But the thing is like, remember that little short where he's trying to protect the little girl, the cartoon short, and
yeah.
then when he's like with this guy, he's fighting the
Wasn't it?
black. Damn, what's his name? The Black Arrow one. Whatever. When he's there, and then all of a sudden he's like, and I was like, man, I lost to this guy a few times, and then I was like, but I'm not gonna miss, And what if you? He said, I'm not gonna miss, and then he still shoots it, but it's like the gas comes out and he hits him, like and then he puts him down. Just
What?
the whole concept is like
Merlin? No, not Merlin. It starts with the
yeah, it
M.
is Malcolm Merlin. Yes,
Michael
exactly.
Merlin. Yeah, there you go. Sorry,
Yeah,
spelled.
yeah, yeah. I need to keep up on my shit because I can't be up like on a podcast
Yo,
and still not
this.
remember names. Simple
Yo,
as
I mean, I'd be forgetting that actor's name, so it's me and you, man. Superman or Batman, bro? Come on, Superman would win. Like, no holding back, he would win. The fuck?
no, that's true. He would win, and it's just Batman would need to like do some serious work to like to bring him down. You
Didn't
know,
he even use that? Because I remember the comics when he was under control of Poison Ivy. Superman was control of
and
the
Hush.
Poison Ivy, Hush, and then he had the other Batman armor suit, But then he even demolished that like within seconds.
Yeah.
So that was nothing. So Superman would win none.
Because Superman,
No contest.
he's naturally good, so he kind of
He
holds
always holds
back a
back.
bit.
Even he even
Yeah,
said, Batman even says it. He would always hold back
yeah,
unless
because
he's
he
under
knows who
something.
he's battling with.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like it took him a while to realize that who Darkseid was in the Justice League Unlimited episode at the end.
Yeah, yeah. Adam or King Lion, dude. King Lion, bro. Shut the fuck up. I know it's you. What's up, Shura? All right. So we named number 1. What's your number 2? Because I went as well.
Matrix Reloaded.
Now, is that the one? Because the first one I know he goes back, and that's where that's the
Matrix
iconic scene.
Reloaded was the one that he had to fight a whole bunch of Smiths in that courtyard.
Oh, that is so. It's
Even the
not
scene at the
cringy. The
end when he
CG.
has to save her, because they said either you save Zion or you save Trinity, and he chose Trinity.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
he
yeah.
flew, and the cars in the background was just like following him
Yeah,
because of
yeah,
how
yeah,
fast
yeah,
he was
yeah,
going.
yeah.
That movie was epic. There was like a lot of emotional scenes. You could see how much like what really mattered to him and all these things. It was so good. And the fighting was magnificent. It was choreographed so well.
The CGI was ahead of its time. You could say
Yeah.
that too. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Astro
I
Wednesday.
think Matrix sort of raised
Fucking
the
age.
bar on CGI, on using CGI. Even though in that agent scene when he fights them, you could see like there's the CGI is there. Like it's
They
like
had fun with it too. I know that everybody had fun with it. Trinity had fun with it. They're still coming back with the new one, right?
part 4.
Part 4. But how do they go about that? Because after that he gives himself up, doesn't he, or something like that?
Yeah,
Because he
he
turns
sort of
blind, he gives himself up, and then the world just starts to open up again. Well, that underworld part that he's in.
I don't
The
know. There's side stories and there was comic books at some time and um and video games, and there's still a huge piece of there is a huge there's a lot of lore on the series, so it's kind of difficult to really pinpoint like why he comes back or how he comes back, unless the machines took him in and made it seem like he actually died, but he stopped the war.
Yeah, he did stop the war. Yeah, he did. All right, I'll go as number 3. Well, my number 2. And which one do I want to say first? Toy Story 2.
Toy Story 2.
Toy Story 2. Now the first one, they're in the what's the guy, the other kid that was evil, the bully kid. They were in that one. The animation was really good. The whole back and forth with Buzz and Woody was great. And then in the second one, what happens in the second one? Oh no, in the first one, and then Buzz loses his memory. He doesn't know who he is. He doesn't know he's a toy. He believes that he's the actual Buzz Lightyear that actually went in outer space, and so on and so forth. And in the second one, I forgot what happens in the second one. It just went out of my head.
This is the part where we need that like technical difficulties type thing.
We do need that technical difficulty thing. No, the third one they died together. Well, they almost died together. Dude, what happened in the second one now? Oh, don't.
There's been so many of them that I can't remember.
Oh, wait, doesn't Woody and Buzz get stuck somewhere? Or is that in the fourth one? Yo, son, what happens in the second one? And it's my favorite. See, this is where I need to revisit my movies again, and I gotta make sure I'm making.
We got fans. Tell them to
Yo,
tell
y'all
us
know what happens in the second Toy Story? Anybody? Anybody?
Anyone?
Anyone?
Bueller.
Yeah,
Anyone?
yeah. Oh, the second one, he gets lost, and Buzz tries to find Woody, and that's where we get Jesse, and that's where we get also his horse.
Yes,
He
that's
finds out
right.
he's a
Because
backstory because he
yes,
also
he gets lost and then he finds more about his past
there
and
you
who the
go.
characters he was. Now I remember.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And
Oh
then they
man.
become collectibles, and then it's a bad thing to get collectibles because you know why we shouldn't put them in auction. We should keep them for ourselves and always play with them. That was the whole message I got from it.
Yeah.
So
There's
what do you?
always a message in the series. It's in in each and every single one of the Pixar movies. There's something, you know.
Yeah.
I enjoy those.
Deadpool versus Wolverine. Wolverine won so many times. It's not even question of what without a doubt. What's the crazy? Yo, what happened? What happened, Shadi? It's apparently crazy shit just happened. Oh, did you hear about DMX?
Damn, man.
That's
I started
crazy.
listening to DMX music, yo, in hopes that it'll ever revive him, you know.
Yo, my girl said something and had me crying. Said, I don't know if I should say this because this is like fucked up, but this is really dark humor. But you know, my thoughts go out to him. He's a great rapper, um, but she said, um, he's alive, but no, he's dead, but he's alive. You know that meme with TikTok? I'm alive,
Yeah,
but I'm dead. Basically,
man.
I'm alive, but I'm dead. Yeah, y'all know in the chat. Y'all know in the chat. Hopefully, y'all know in the chat. All right, what's your third or second?
My third, it's a horror movie, Doctor Sleep, which is not a direct sequel to The Shining, which the director has said it, but it's but to when Stephen King wrote it, he wrote with the characters of with one of the characters, the boy character from The Shining growing up and still having his shining abilities, but his story kind of ends in Doctor Sleep. It feels like it's not a direct sequel, but it also feels like a sequel because it's almost like they're all you know, that kid is grown up and he's an adult now living his life, you know, and he has to experience other people with abilities as well. So it's like I feel like that's I don't know. I that's my favorite sequel. One of my favorites.
All
Doctor
right.
Sleep.
I never watched it. I haven't watched it, but I know that the main guy is Ewan McGregor.
Yeah.
So one day I would have to watch it. But I never watched the first one too. So we gotta watch it. We gotta watch that together, bro. That'd be a
Yeah,
good
man.
live watch party, man. That'd be a good live watch party. All right.
It would be. Oh man.
Mine. Yeah, go ahead. You were saying? Sorry.
No. Yeah, a watch party. We should do that.
All right, wait. Let me cross this one out. Toy Story 2, done. Dark Knight, done. I'm going to say Superman 2.
Dude,
19.
I'm gonna put that on my list too. I was thinking about it.
Yeah,
Like I
you're
was
thinking
like, should
about
I
that?
say Superman too? Yeah, I was thinking about it.
We got
Oh
we
man,
got, we
yeah,
got Terrence as Zod, which is
yeah.
great.
Terrence Stamp.
And he voiced, of course, Jor-El in the Smallville series, which is amazing. He was also in not Spider-Man. What's it called? Star Wars.
Yeah.
And wait, you don't know what happened to DMX? He overdosed in drugs. He overdosed in some type of drugs. He's now in medical condition in the hospital.
They're saying that he might, yeah, that he's in a vegetative state. It happened in like Westchester. He lived. He used to
Wow.
live around Yonkers.
Oh wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Well,
he's
his
over
new
there
music
in
was kind of
Westchester.
weird because he was trying to rap, but also do it with what's it called, EDM, which is a bit weird. I didn't like it. Wasn't my favorite,
I mean,
but
it was.
his
I think
past
his
was it
earlier
Ascension?
stuff.
Yeah,
I think
his
his earlier stuff.
he was trying something new. He was trying something new like Little Wayne because he was Little Wayne was also doing rap with rock,
Yeah,
heavy electric guitar in the background. So they're trying something new. Why not?
yeah.
So Spider-Man 2. Wait, no, did I say no? Well, Superman 2. Sorry, Superman 2. Him fighting Zod is amazing. I mean, great. The whole thing with Neil before Zod, like all those memes, everything, the House of L, reading Kryptonian, bringing a villain that's basically on the same level as Superman, and the only way to defeat him is to depowerize him.
Yeah. I
Um,
felt I felt like it was the Dark Knight of his era. You know how
yeah,
you
yeah,
say like you have the sequel, and then you're just like, how can we top? You know how we have the first one. How can we top the first one?
yeah.
You know, and then you make a sequel, and then it actually was like, this is actually good. Like you can't, you know, it's like the
And
not
it's
to say
enjoyable.
yeah, it is enjoyable. It's like it felt like, you know, the Dark Knight of its era. Like it came up with its sequel and it felt like I could sit down and watch this again. It was really good. The villains were great. And, you know, even though back then it was you could tell the special effects was off, but the acting was great. And I enjoyed Terrence Stamp as Zod.
He did
Even
really
that
good.
scene in the first movie when he's screaming at Jarrell,
Oh,
you
in the
and
glass.
your ass, you know, and like he's and then he gets sent off into the Phantom Zone,
He
you know.
the destruction that they do when Clark is with Lois and then he tells her that I'm Superman was kind of quick for me, but I guess it felt fine because he did love her. But then there were
Was
some scenes.
was that the scene when falls into the fire, his hand, or does she shoot him? How does he find out? I don't think he went straight and told her. I think they were
Yes, yes, he
somewhere.
puts his hand in the fire with when
Yeah,
they go
he
to
fell. He did, you know, clumsily he
and
fell, and she's like, "Let me see, let me see, let me
when they go
see."
to the
Yeah,
falls, what's it called, Niagara Falls, and they
yeah.
go there and he puts there in the hotel. He puts his hand in the fire. The one in the gun, I think, was the fourth one or the fifth. I don't remember.
Yeah, because I know he ends up kissing her, removing her memories.
Which is like the weirdest fucking superpower they gave him. And then
Oh.
don't even get me started with Quest of Peace. But anyways, then in this one he doesn't go back in time, right?
No, it was a part one
That
when
was
he
part one. Okay,
turns the world in his axis the other way.
he goes back in time in the first one. The way that he defeats the other two, the symbol becomes bigger, becomes a sticker. They get stuck. The weirdest thing I've ever fucking seen.
I know he Batman his way out of that villain.
Fuck yeah, he did. Fuck
It
yeah, he
felt like
did.
something Batman would have done, like throw something and then get tied up and then fall.
And then the whole thing with him being in multiple places at once. Were they trying to do something like the Flash where he's in multiple places at once? Or was that just a
Yeah,
projection?
he was using it to his benefit, like the I guess the fortress. He was using that as benefit, sort of like to get them to stop. He took their powers away with the fortress. Remember?
Interesting. Yeah.
That
But
he
was
ended up going into that case and it said you could take his powers away, but it was actually he was taking their powers away.
yeah, which is funny. Which was just a good twist to a really good twist to that time era actually. Because we
And he
didn't think
did.
we were gonna
And
do
the
that.
crazy thing is, do you thinking about it right now, he did not save any of those villains.
No, he
They
didn't. He killed
died.
them. They killed them.
Yeah, and it
And it
was
was
like,
so hard for
but
me to get it in Man of Steel. Because he also did that.
yeah, it's I guess because of growing up during that time, you don't really think about it. It was like, oh, he stopped them. You know, now it's like
Brandon,
when
shut
you
up.
watch Man of Steel, it's like, what? You wouldn't kill? But then I felt like in Man of Steel, it was like, you know, killing him was the only option that he had at that moment,
Right.
you know, and I felt like it was fine. And he felt bad about it, you know, that split second when he's just screaming in the building and you could see the pain, like he didn't want to kill him, but he did. And you know, and pretty much it. Like I mean, he's not like mourning, you know, I killed him, but I actually enjoyed the fact. I actually liked the fact that he did it, and I felt like it was, it wasn't like he was trying, find some other way to stop him. It was like that was the only option at that moment. He was gonna kill those people. I think I was fine with it. Even people complained about remember when Daredevil killed that person in the train station, the Ben Affleck movie,
Yeah.
when he was like, "What is that? What is that sound? That's the C train," and then the train freaking stops
Yeah.
him. During that time, people were wondering whether or not it's like, yeah, Daredevil doesn't really kill, so why, he was like, well, we had that option, either keep him alive or kill him, and we decided to kill him.
Because why not? All right. So what's your third?
Third,
Or
actually, no, when third? Where were we?
yeah, because I'm on my third, so that would be on my fourth. So you are on your third. Or wait, you also chose
We're
Spider-Man
on our
2?
fourth. Yeah, we
Superman
took
2, I mean.
Superman. Yeah, it looks like you want to say Spider-Man.
Okay, I'm gonna say Spider-Man 2, Tobey Maguire, because I keep saying that. And they're different. They're like apart because I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get them mixed up, and I still say it. All right, Spider-Man 2, Tobey Maguire. I mean, you fall in love with a Doctor Octopus in this one.
Oh no, yeah,
Melina does such a good job at playing Doc Ock, and then he just like gets you mad because he does some stupid stuff, but then you're like, okay, it's not really his thing, because you know what, the whole thing with his arms, it's messing up his brain, so you kind of feel bad for him. And then his experiment goes wrong because his wife dies from the glass.
yeah,
It was so cinematic too, because you saw the glass coming into her eye and stuff.
yeah.
I like that.
That's
I
a
like
that's a classic Raimi moment.
oh
If
yeah.
you see like the Evil Dead movies, like when he first started filming, you could see that there's a connection of how he films things. Like when you see Spider-Man, the Spider-Man movie, it says, he used to do that in Evil Dead. Like he would, even though there was a horror movie and then this was a superhero movie, it felt like he was using those little cinematic tricks that he used in the Evil Dead films into this one.
Mm-hmm.
Which rumor has it, which I just stumbled upon it, that they're talking about Sam Raimi and Tobey Maguire working to make a Spider-Man movie of just his Spider-Man. I don't know if let's see if it still cooks up,
That
because
would
right
be
now,
pretty fucking
with
good,
this
bro.
film coming out, Doctor Strange and all the multiverses, I mean, they could come up with anything. Let's see. I wouldn't mind seeing Tobey Maguire. I feel like Sam Raimi should end his story. I feel like it wasn't a proper ending, because part 3 ended with just Kirsten Dunst and Tobey Maguire like sort of kind of forgiving each other.
But I hated Spider-Man 3. It made Kristen Stewart, just character Mary Jane, just so fucking annoying. It was
Mm.
out of left field when she was like, but it's also about me, and like I want the fame.
Oh
Just,
yeah,
you
she,
know,
yeah. She's the original Iris West. Like
oh,
we're
you
the
just blew my
Flash.
mind. Yeah,
Yeah.
basically.
Oh god, I hate that. That
Dude,
should be a meme.
fuck yeah. That's a meme waiting to be put right now, bro. That's a good meme. What do they come in? What do they come together? Oh, we are Spider-Man. We are the Flash. So stupid. All right, what's your fourth then?
Fourth, oh man, I'm doing this off the cuff right now. I can't think of anything.
Oh no,
Fourth.
what's your fifth actually? No, wait, what's your fourth? Yeah.
We're at the fourth. Yeah, you had Spider-Man.
Spider-Man
And
2.
I
I
was
hate.
thinking about this. To be honest, I was thinking about the Spider-Mans. And man,
Mine's just gonna come out of weird left field, but I think you'll understand when I say it.
Captain America Winter Soldier.
Yo, son, I forgot about that.
Yeah. It didn't feel like a superhero movie. It felt like
No.
it felt like a Jason Bourne type
Mm-hmm.
film.
Mm-hmm. Jason Bourne, Mission Impossible type of, not James Bond, because James Bond always includes a woman. This one
Yeah.
he kind of like was with Black Widow, but didn't romanticize her and put her into bed, like all
Yeah.
James Bond movies does.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree with you 100%. Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, it
yeah.
introduced us to Bucky, to Bucky becoming Winter Soldier. It also introduced the Falcon. It had more. It started. There was more in depth with Hydra being in part with all these, you know, on the inside, and there was a lot of stuff. And we got to see more of Colby Smolder.
It gave
Um,
us more of Hydra. It gave us more of the background of Super Soldier Serum and the repurpose of that. And then now we're seeing it with the Falcon and Winter Soldier, where Super Serum is was taken, experimented on people, African Americans, as Isaiah Bradley, and now was created again to create these flag smashers.
which is just great because I feel like I don't. I didn't really enjoy Civil War. I was glad that this is the first appearance of Spider-Man. Was glad this is the first appearance of Black Panther. But I didn't enjoy Civil War.
It
I
has a
feel
lot
like
of
it
faults.
goes from from here from the Captain America series and its connections or spin-offs. It goes from like first the Captain America Winter Soldier, and then it feels like it just goes straight to Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
I
Civil
don't
War.
I don't know why Tony or why the writers would think that bringing a 15-year-old for a superhero battle would be a good idea.
Yeah,
And a novice at best.
yeah.
It was
I
just
don't think I
because
would.
they agreed on Sony and stuff. But for that it was pretty dumb. I think for him, for Spider-Man to be in it instead of fighting the other Avengers, probably a little stealthy mission with him and Tony. Finding the area where Cap and everyone else is
Yeah,
would have been cooler. I kind of like what they did with Black Panther, but other than that, like it was kind of useless because then they all come together in Infinity War. Yeah, the band broke up, but they got revived.
yeah,
Eh, the Sokovia Accords and all that. I mean, okay.
yeah. The thing is that we know the Civil War series of what was really going
Yeah,
on in the
and that
comics.
was more
So
devastating, and we
you know,
saw more
eh,
characters that really attacked one another. In this one, they held punches to each other, and it was just that one thing would happen with Vision trying to attack Falcon. He dodges it and it attacks what's his name,
War Machine.
War Machine, Rhodey, and then Iron Man gets mad because he dodged it. Like what?
Yeah, I know. There was a lot of things that was so wrong with it.
It was just like so
You know,
stupid. I don't know. That fell on his part.
and it also felt weird at how they brought teams together. Like I didn't see like why would they would bring uh um uh, uh, uh um Ant-Man into the mix for some strange reason. It's like, he's just like trying to like bring in people to fight with you and things
He
like that. But
avoided
it's like,
jail to be around his kid, and then comes in and says, "I've been to jail again. I'll do it again." What?
yeah, it kind of, yeah. It's kind of removed the entire child completely out of that series. It was weird. There was a lot of like mistakes in that film that could have been fixed. It could have been, you
It's
know,
so
I
stupid.
don't know.
It was stupid. It was a stupid movie. It was pointless. I
I
mean,
feel like,
wasn't, but you know.
yeah, I feel like it had to redeem itself with another film. What else was coming out during that time? I mean, it was a whole bunch of sequels during that time was coming out.
It was Thor 2.
No, Thor, not Thor 2 yet. I think Ragnarok was slowly, no, not after Civil War.
Remember.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway,
Anyways,
number 5,
number 5 for
final.
me. All right, this one's gonna throw you off the bat out of nowhere, bro. Listen, I love animation movies, and the animation movie that I picked for this one, my top 5, bro. And I've been hearing this song for the quite past 2 weeks because it's just so good. But it's the original, not the cover. It's gonna be like what? But Shrek 2 is so good. Like it just won a thing. The first one just won a thing. Shrek 2, my guy. When they're at the end of the movie, when it's about to hit midnight again, and then fairy godmother singing at the end, I need a hero. It's so good, bro. And then the montage of Shrek coming back, and then the whole the cops reference in it. You know what I'm talking about when they get Donkey, Puss in the Boots, and Shrek in
Yeah,
jail, and everyone in the back in his swamp is watching and be like, "What the fuck?" Then they all come back and help him, and then you get Gingerbread Man, huge as hell, and then he
yeah.
dies. But it's so good. The montage is so good. I love that. I love that movie so much. The first one's so great, but the second one, bro. Man, no, sequels, not the first one. Lilo and Stitch, bro. I mean, I get it, but the second one, I don't know what happened in the second one.
The second one was
Was
Stitch has a glitch.
Stitch has a glitch? I barely remember that one.
And then the third one was the one that sinks into the cartoon series. And then the fourth one was with the girl, Stitch version. I
Oh,
think
the
it was
red one, right?
yeah.
She was red or
It was a
pink or
pink,
something.
pink.
Yeah, pink,
Yeah.
pink, pink. Yeah. But Shrek 2, I mean, the first one is so good too because it has hilarious moments with Shrek and Donkey. But this one also just like the comedy's better and the musicals are better. And they didn't even really sing in the first one. In the second one, they sang, and then they had the monsters of living the vida loca with Puss in Boots and Donkey. And I
Yeah.
don't know, it's just an enjoyable, funny movie, bro. I loved it.
So mine's, and it was a fight between these two, but I'm gonna choose the one that I wanted. Uh, How to Train Your Dragon 2.
Hmm.
It was so good. Like the emotion, the characters, like they just added more to the lore. Like it was just so good. Like it felt like all the parts felt like they were all written at the same time. It was just like, okay, this is going to be the first one, this is going to be the second one, this is going to be the third one. I felt they were all connected in some way, like they were all written at the same time, and then it was just sent out, in parts. And I don't know. I guess the voices of the characters, Gerald Butler played the father. Ty Burrell was Hiccup. All the characters. I think Kate Blanchett was the mother.
Wait, Tyler Hochul, the guy that plays Superman?
No, no, he was the Ty Burrell.
Bruce. Oh no, sorry.
Forgot his name. What movie was he in that you would probably have seen? He was like She's Out of Your League. You ever seen it?
I know which movie you're talking about, but I've never seen it.
No, but yeah, if you see him, you'll know. It's just he's never been like the main character all the time. He was always like the side character.
Is that with the one with the girl that was in Notebook, Adams?
No, that was this girl from that British blonde chick that she was in Star Trek 2, the movie.
Oh no, no, I'm not done. Never mind. Wrong
Where is
person.
it? If you see it,
Um,
you'll know.
Stitch will snatch that bitch's hair. Easy dubs, to be honest. What are you talking about? Blue's Clues versus Clifford. Yo, shut the fuck up. Okay.
Clifford all the way. Come on. Blue's Clues is just gonna look for shit. And and then Clifford is just gonna put this big gigantic pile of shit because he's such a big ass dog. Like it's like,
Gonna step on
woo.
that mofo and then oop,
Yeah.
that's it. It's it.
Go eat him.
Um wow, okay. So hi, is that okay, so How to Train Your Dragon 2. I remember watching them. Is that the one with the mom?
Yeah, that's the one with the mom.
And then
Which
she
is
has
funny.
like
Here's a story about that. When my girl was like, "Oh, let's watch Aquaman." So I'm watching Aquaman. And then I've never seen it before, but throughout the whole film, I was like, okay. There was like these scenes that's like, oh, okay, I know who that person is. That's his mother. She's not really dead. She was just around hiding somewhere. And she's like, how do you know this? It's like, this is just how to train your dragon. It's just,
You're right. You're
I was like,
right.
this is why they like almost took the entire concept of it. He was able to control the alpha dragon at the end, and eventually it died. The mother was they thought to be dead, but then because they thought she died by the Atlanteans, and then she came back to life, and she was like in this old armor and everything, and then she
And she was
reveals
in the old
herself.
armor, dude.
Yeah, and I was like, holy crap, this is almost like the idea, like that whole idea right there when she like disappears and all that, remind me of How to Train Your Dragon. Like right away, I was putting those two and two together. So I was like, I know who she is. That's his mom. She's like, you never seen his movie before. How do you know? It's like, I just know. It's just,
You
this
know,
is,
and that movie, look, listen, even my girl knew the fucking lines to that shit. That shit was cheesy as hell, predictable as fuck, and just like somewhat funny. But the whole timing of everything, and like the other movies, and How to Train Your Dragon 2, because I saw it right before Aquaman, like maybe 2 months before it or something like
yeah,
that. But I was like, this feels so familiar. And now you telling me this? Oh, these fucking the same movie.
yeah,
And didn't she have like a OP dragon? Hello, when he needed to go get that the what's it called, the fucking trident, there was
yeah,
a huge ass monster blocking it. Next thing you know, boom, at the end of the movie they all come out, they're all fighting, there's a huge ass war, and boom. Wow, you just blew my fucking mind. They copied and pasted that fucking movie.
yeah. Yeah,
That's
the
crazy.
similarities there.
Yo, this fucking guy said Stewie versus Brian. Go.
We've seen it too many times. Stewie has beat the crap out of Brian countless of times.
That's
Where's
true.
my
He's too.
money? Where's my money, Brian? Where's my money? Where's my money?
Got my money? Got my money in the fucking bathroom. Oh, go! Oh, got it.
Yeah.
Fucking And then when they don't, doesn't he kill him when they go and kill Lois?
Kill Brian?
Yeah, doesn't he kill him?
I don't know.
I don't
I don't
remember.
remember that. I just remember him freaking gunning her down and thinking the ship.
I love that fucking. Oh, I think we talked about it before, but I love that whole episode. I think it was a 4-parter. They made it into 4 parts or something like that.
Yeah.
Tinky Winky versus Barney. Yo, what the fuck are you guys talking about in my chat, bro? Who the fuck is Tinky Winky again? Momo. Who the fuck
Isn't
is
that
Tinky Winky?
isn't he the one with the I think it is.
Oh, yeah. He's the purple one.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know they're huge. You know Tinky. That's a clip. That's a clip. You know Tinky Winky's like 8 feet, and then Barney's like 6 feet. I think Tinky Winky could take him down. Not gonna lie.
They're all pretty tall Teletubbies.
They're
All pretty
fucking
tall.
tall. Like if you see them actually behind the scenes, they're fucking huge. And now they're
What are we
saying,
doing? Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Oh
okay,
no,
what's
wait. Did you say your fifth?
yeah, Shrek versus Shrek 2.
Okay. So Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Before
All
we get
right.
into something that we can't
This,
get ourselves out of.
this fucking guy, bro. So Falcon and Winter Soldier, you're gonna have to recap me on this one. Oh, you want to recap? You should recap.
All right, recap. They go get Baron Zemo out of prison. Uh and somehow he manages. They do a whole montage of how he comes out of prison. And the whole thing is just a Bucky talking to Sam about like how they're trying to get him out of prison. And then it's
Yeah.
like he just comes in through the freaking door and like around his cars. And he's like, "Are you rich?" It's like, "Yeah, I'm a baron." And then we get Sharon Carter. So I
Uh,
missed her. I missed her so much.
yeah.
I was in love with her. And
Good
no, I think I
times.
still am in love with Sharon Carter ever since she was in that show Revenge. and she was also in Everwood for a short period of time.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah.
I never watched it, but I know what you're talking about.
If you ever get the
Yeah.
chance, watch Revenge. It's almost like the Count of Monte Cristo meets Batgirl and Batman. Kind of, it's like she's trying to like the whole thing is like her father dies, and she finds out that a lot of the people that caused this to happen, she's actually like trying to hunt them down and like bring them at their lowest, but not
Right.
kill them, like either make them poor or get them in prison, or like she's literally knocking them down. Like every season is like something, just knocking people down. And that's the premise of the thing. Like it's just her just going havoc on all of them. And it's like she's doing it smartly. Like she's not doing it like, I'm gonna, like kill them or whatever. She's like literally bringing them down and like just going into it's really good.
That's why she was pretty good in the whole action sequence in the cargo scene when they're in the cargo or the dockings,
Yeah.
the docks when she's just beating the shit out of them. Even in what movie else was she in? Civil War? No, Winter Soldier.
She was in yeah, she was
Yeah,
in
yeah,
no,
she
she
beat
was in
the hell
Civil
out. Yeah,
War. She was in Civil War.
just
She
for a
appeared
minute
in
though,
Civil
just for a
War. Yeah.
minute, wasn't it?
Yeah, but when Winter Soldier was going through the offices, and then Iron Man started fighting, and Black Panther, Black Widow was in there. Sharon Carter came out for a couple of seconds. They knocked her down, and then he had this whole entire fight with Black Panther. It's like, if you're gonna bring Black Panther, if you're gonna bring Sharon Carter, you ended up bringing other characters, so she never really got to see the light. So it's good to see her here, and she held her own when they were like
Oh, did she
in the
fucking hell
cargo.
her own? She was
Oh my
fucking
god,
savage.
it was good to see her fight. It's like, okay, she could hold her own really well. She was beating the crap out of all of them. She had a cuts and scrapes, and she was getting kicked in the face, in
And
the stomach, and she
it
managed to
felt
go through it.
surreal too. It kind of reminded me of like Daredevil because they were just tired after that. It wasn't just
Yeah,
a yeah, you know what I mean? She was
yeah,
like,
no,
oh,
that's what I enjoyed about Daredevil. Like you saw he was human. Like he was getting like, he was like literally like tired in every fight, or when he head home, it was like he was in pain. I enjoy that. And it's kind of hard to do that in movies, because it was like we got to get to one point A to point B really quick, just to get out of the way. Say he ain't got no time to get tired, just let's
yeah,
get through,
yeah,
you
yeah,
know.
yeah. But in TV shows, they take their time. I like that with the
It
characters
was
too.
yeah, it was like in the movie in Taken. Throughout the whole thing, he was literally going through beating the crap out of everybody, but right at the very end, when his daughter's like gonna get killed, he shoots the guy in the freaking head, and that's the only time he gets the chance to breathe. Like he's like, it's like he's already like, I found you. I could relax now. Like,
Facts. Yeah, 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 I remember
you know,
that.
I mean, you could tell that he was getting exhausted. And there was a lot of fatigue. Like he was literally like rubbing his eyes, just trying to, you know,
That's when he had the black suit, right?
what
The scene you're talking about?
in Taken?
Oh no, you're talking
What
about
about
the.
Taken?
I'm sorry. I'm still thinking of Daredevil. I thought you were talking about Daredevil for a second. I
No, but
lost you.
Daredevil. No,
You
but
lost me.
Daredevil too. That's the one thing that I felt that, he
No, no, no,
felt.
no. In the hallway fight in season one, you could tell that
Oh
man
no,
was
yeah.
tired as fuck after
Yeah,
that.
like when he was walking to the next person that kept going through the door, he
He
was
was
like,
just like, ugh.
he had to like, do a flip and all this stuff and beat the crap out of him.
um, yo, they're talking about McDonald's versus Wendy's. Who even likes Wendy's? King does. Make fucking Donald's. He'll turn her into exclusive new meal for McDonald's.
This is what I have to say about Wendy's, McDonald's. Let's just get to clear the air on this thing really quick. It goes from Wendy's, McDonald's to Burger King, as if the franchises, because I feel like, I mean, who wouldn't want bacon in their burger? And then comes McDonald's, because the whole what I know, most of the time everybody does go to McDonald's, but when they see a Wendy's, it's like, we barely ever see Wendy's. We're gonna go to a Wendy's. They avoid going to the McDonald's. It's like it's very rare in the Bronx. It was very rare to find a Wendy's, but there was always a McDonald's nearby. And if they find a Wendy's, it was like, oh crap, there's a Wendy's. That's where they go.
I will say about the Wendy's though. Okay, so McDonald's and Burger King have this thing where they just slap the shit out of the fucking meal, out of the burger, and
Yeah,
put ingredients and just slap it, wrap it, and that's it. But
yeah,
with Wendy's, there's something about them taking their time and preparing it and making it look nice. It's
yeah.
just something about Wendy's and their employees doing that just beautifully. It just looks normal. It looks like the fucking commercials.
It's like how Five Guys take their time doing the burgers. When they have it set, like they got the lettuce, they got the strips of
Yeah,
bacon or
you're
whatever
right.
they put, and then it's like they just put it in the meat, put the bread, and then they fold it nicely. And then, but when it comes out, it's like it feels like the entire bread just soaked up all the juices from that meat, and it feels like so muggy. I want a burger. Oh man,
Great.
it's
Now I'm
just like try to
starving.
avoid those, man. I'm getting old, and it's just like, you know, you gotta let one rip every single time you eat one of those. It just sucks.
This man said no one eats Wendy's no more. That's a damn lie. They're still in business, mofo.
Yeah, there's a
But
Wendy's down the block from me.
Ronald McDonald versus Wendy's. Now that'd be different though. Like Ronald would beat the shit out of Wendy. No cap. Pull her fucking pigtails and just call it a day, bro. That's it. Yank that shit. That's it.
Unless you get King Burger, he just comes in with his huge beard and his big ass jacket. Just coming in there
You never know
like
what he can hold
I
in
feel
those.
I feel like he does like the Irish brawl, like he rips
Mm,
off his shirt and it's like all hairy, and he does like the come on, like he's ready to fight. Like I could see the Burger King like literally just be like, like this, like old school.
I can see that too. Just fucking hairy ass chest and everything.
Yeah, like he just rips it like like he does the punches like they do. Oh man,
All right.
bare
So
knuckle.
you wanted to talk about Mr. Zemo for a minute? Uh, uh, I was talking about like how in DC Universe Online they could start dancing, and that was one of the moves. I feel like they copied and pasted that fucking dance, bro. He saw that shit and was like, "Nah, I'm gonna take that from them for a second." That shit had me crying. I was like, "What is he doing?" But it felt so surreal because he was like, "You know what? I'm out of prison. I'm out of this goddamn cynical place that I was in. Let me go have fun." And they went to Madripoor. And now Madripoor in the comics is very dangerous in the comics, where it's basically Pirate Island.
Yeah,
And it was just a whole bunch of thieves, a whole bunch of criminals that just created basically a city for themselves, and then go out and do some bounty hunting stuff, or whatever type of job they want. Even villains go there.
yeah.
And I was expecting to see somebody in the comics, um, like the Mandarin, because it's close of where like
Yeah,
he's.
in one of the clubs that they show, I said I forgot which club is it. Wolverine supposedly owns it as Patch. You know him with the patch. He owns one of those. He's a co-owner of one of those clubs, and they showed it. I forgot the name of the club though, but one of the clubs there is co-owned by Wolverine, which it a lot of names were thrown out. Even Shelby's name was thrown out. It's connected to being a mute from the mutants. Uh, so it was good to see an area that is closely connected to the mutants.
Now here's
So
a
it's like
question I
it
wanted to
feels
ask. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, it feels like we're slowly, it's like trickling in the mutant lore and stuff. So it's like we already got to see something from in WandaVision and and in the idea of the mutants and stuff like that, and her Scarlet Witch and her having chaos magic and all that stuff, and her connection and how she's different from an actual witch, which makes her power very unique and out of the ordinary. But they don't throw the
Here's
word
a
mutant.
Now I just thought of two things. First off, theory: the serum. What if they start to find like? What if there's another scientist where this scientist kind of manipulates whatever the I'm sorry, the not I wouldn't say ingredients. I forgot the chemicals within the serum, and then releases it as a gas, and it affects people around them, and then maybe their mutant genes get activated or something like that.
I
You
don't
know,
know.
I could see that. Maybe like a Terrigen mist. I don't know. Maybe they might do that. I mean that's a theory.
No, yeah, it's kind of possible unless I don't know. I don't know. It will be. I don't know. Kevin Feige said that he would wanted to bring them naturally or not bring them like through a multiverse portal or something. So it's like Uh, I don't know how they're gonna do it. If they're already there or they always existed, it's just it took us. It's just I don't know. It's very difficult. I'm just wondering how he's gonna pull this off. Really wondering.
Yeah, I get
You
you.
know, I know he's not. I know he's gonna try to do it more in line with the comic book lore.
I think they're
You
gonna
know.
do it what they did with I think was it Ultimates, the Ultimate Comics, where it started out with damn it, was it Charles Xavier doing something or Jean Grey doing something in the comics? Right after Wolverine got it. I don't remember how the fuck it started in the Ultimates. Damn it. I know it started out with the gas. Oh my god. My head is not properly well done today. I can't think, man. Can't think.
Mm,
But anyways, so then they find out Dr. Nagel, and next thing you know, he experimented on it. He created 5 of these serums. Um, gave him to the Flag Smashers, and then Zemo takes the gun, kills him. Thank you a lot, Zemo.
mm,
Then puts on the purple mask and starts going in mayhem with these criminals. God damn, does he do some savage shit?
yeah.
Blows him up, does whatever, kills him. Then they escape, and then Sharon Carter goes into her car because she leaves the team, and then
Yeah.
says, "Hey, we got a problem." Now, is this? Do you think that she is what's the big thing again? The big criminal in Madripoor that they're all scared of? Um, the main person apparently that's behind Shelby,
Oh, the broker.
the broker. Do you think she's the
Yeah,
broker?
I saw. Yeah, I saw that whole idea, but I don't know. She.
Or who is the broker in the
I mean,
comics?
to go in and become a criminal. I don't know. I think she's still probably working for the government on the low,
Mm,
and like she's making it. I mean, for her to be around when Falcon and Winter Soldier was there, it's a little bit sus.
yeah,
So
because she was
I
there
wouldn't
real
be.
quick.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if she's been following them for a while and she's following them from somebody else's orders.
Yeah, yeah,
But I don't think her orders are connected to with USA Walker, John Walker. I think it's somebody else.
I get you. I get you. Let me see this con. What
Because
are
I mean,
you? What are y'all typing?
they're like self-employed, Falcon and Winter Soldier. They're not
For
working with any
now, yeah,
government.
they're
Yeah,
basically self-employed.
yeah.
Okay, hold up. Y'all. Okay, hold up. Shaddy, I haven't seen one eat Wendy's and enjoy it. All the most popular burger joints are free for all. It's your fault, Jose. What the fuck did I do? Shora envelope, and then dinosaurs versus meteors go. The fuck are y'all talking about? Lurk. Oh, what's up, Rachie? How you doing? Haven't seen you in a while, bro. You doing good? You alive? You still playing COD? You hate Adam that much? You gonna throw up? Adam's KD versus Adam's gameplay. Son, they're like basically the same thing. Fucking sad as fuck. Um, none. Yay. Double L's. Basically. And fuck you, Brendan, for that last one. Um, this fucking guy. So what else were we talking about? I think that's it, right? Now we're going to. Now they went back to Latvia. Is Latvia connected to Doctor Doom or no?
Sounds familiar though. Yeah, it might be. They go in places, which is a good thing to have somebody travel through all the areas that are part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe or the Marvel comics. Just throw in some names. They didn't even have to be a Madripoor for that much, for that long to everybody to be feel like, oh, bringing in theories and stuff like that of who these characters are and who's the broker.
Hmm.
But I mean, they're doing a hell of a good job though. I mean, I'm enjoying the show. I want to see, though. I want to see some more fighting. We haven't seen as much fighting. No, we have. I think we have.
I think we have enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it just balances out with the whole fighting and talking, and then the messages that the writers are trying to do,
Yeah.
within each character, and I think it's just really good. I think it's the Winter Soldier movie sequel.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To the show, and I like what they're exactly what they're doing. Um, but yeah, I can't wait for this week actually. And apparently, on the fourth episode, there's going to be a jaw dropping moment.
I know. They said there's a cliffhanger in the end, so I can't wait till Friday.
Yeah,
Till
yeah.
Friday.
I hate
And
cliffhangers,
oh,
man.
dude. We where we at? We at? Because we're gonna talk to about an Invisible, Invincible.
Yeah, oh yeah. So Invincible, bro, that whole fucking show is crazy. If you haven't watched Invincible on Amazon Prime, you gotta watch it because god damn. I
I just
mean,
I love when the whole first episode, right? It's like clean cut. It feels like a Spider-Man cartoon on
yeah, it
Fox.
really does, yeah.
Like it's just all of a sudden the last like maybe 3 5 minutes of the show it feels like a superhero horror film. Like it felt like 80s horror, like how they just killed people. And it was just I kid you not. I My son is 14 years old. So I was telling him about a new cartoon and I showed him that specific clip. And I was like, yeah, it's pretty bloody. And then I started noticing that he felt a little off. And then I was asking what was wrong. And then I was like, he didn't want to tell me. And it was because he felt very uncomfortable in watching it. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I was like, I didn't, we've seen, I can't say we've seen crazier stuff, but I guess it's because cartoons are not usually meant to be this way, you know.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
even when the Spawn cartoon came out in HBO Max, it was I didn't it was an adult and there was actually sex in that damn cartoon. It didn't feel as mature as this was for some strange reason. You know, everything was in the shadows and everything was sort of kept in a way that it was, you could accept it and it's fine. But when you watch this, it just feels like, oh my god, there's moments that you felt like really uncomfortable at times. But it's still I enjoy the cartoon and I understand where like how he felt, where he was coming from and feeling about that scene. Because even when you watching it, it's like this guy's supposed to be one of the good guys. He's just
Mm-hmm.
freaking squeezed the
So,
face, the eye out of this.
and it's not even that. It was also that the character was even ongoing punching him
Yeah,
rapidly. And it's just that in the face and that in the face. And you're just like, dude, what the
yeah,
fuck? Next thing you know, the girl that can fucking phase through anything like the Martian Manhunter
yeah,
or Vision just says, oh shit. Next thing you know, fucking dead in
yeah.
second.
It's crazy
Just
that
what
the
the
entire like they take jabs at the at the Justice League. You could
Oh,
tell they
yeah,
took
yeah,
so
yeah,
many
yeah.
jabs. You could say that's Aquaman, that's Superman, that's Wonder Woman, that's Martian Manhunter, that's freaking Green Lantern. There, it was all in the Flash. So it was like everything was sort of you know like that. It was kind of crazy. Actually, I don't know. Yeah, it was a lot of jabs. It's kind of like what they're doing with the boys. This is the jab
Dude,
at the Justice League, just
exactly,
evil.
exactly.
Like this,
Basically, yeah.
yeah. They're the
And
syndicate.
and then it get the Guardians of the Globe, which I found funny, which was a funny name because
Yeah,
Guardians of the Galaxy, Guardians of the Globe. And then you get to basically that Omni Man. It comes from Vulturemites,
yeah,
Vulturmite, something like that, and it's his home planet. They go out and conquest different worlds or become their hero. But he lied though, because in the comics apparently he doesn't. And I got the comics 1, 2, 3, and 4, volume 1 through 4 on our Amazon thing. Let's check
yeah.
that out. But I was reading that like there's some more brutal shit coming up, bro.
Mm.
There's some more brutal shit that's going to come up, and you're just gonna be like, holy hell, dude. The, I can't even tell you because it's just some savage fucking savagery. You think Omni Man's powerful? Nah, bro. Nah. But the whole montage of him going to that Elseworld and
Yeah.
just obliterating their planet, and then the song.
Yeah, that scene when he's like picking up that huge rock and he's just looking at them and he just lets it go.
When he
I
just
was like,
flies out, zooms
holy,
out, and you're just like, holy hell, that's so
oh
savage.
man.
Savagery, bro. I mean, hey, yo, that show is really good. I like where it's
And it
going.
gets serious. It's very interesting. Even that little girl that transforms, she's pretty much the Hulk of the damn thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But it's the fact that every time she transforms, she turns younger. And it's like I'm 27 years old.
Yeah, I was
I
like,
can't even go on a date, you know?
without them getting registered as pedophiles, which had me
Yeah.
fucking crying.
Yeah, which is funny because this guy's trying to kick it to her, that speedster dude, and he looks like a
Mm.
kid. Yeah, I don't like that dude.
Oh,
He's annoying.
Rex Red, yeah, he's annoying. He's
Oh
fucking
man.
annoying. He's like the dick that nobody wants. Um, Yeah, he's the whole show. It's gonna get crazier. I know it is from what I've seen, and I hope that it gets prolonged. You know, I hope it turns actually into a series, not just a season 1 series. And you got to read the comments on the reviews on this show because there's some sensitive ass motherfuckers that just don't like this show. I mean, if you've seen some videos of like the boys reviews,
Yeah.
no, this is hilarious. It's rated R for a
It's just the
fucking
thing
reason.
yeah, it's the thing is it's like some people feel like certain things should stay as a book or a comic, and then there's certain things that should, if it's going to be in a show, not to be a story or a comic. It's like it's I don't know, like let's see, what would if something became a comic, movie, and it's been done before. Like if Indiana Jones became a freaking comic book, I don't know if I would want to read it.
Right.
Like it's like I don't know. This guy doesn't remind me of Harrison Ford at all. But if it's like vice versa, then it's something different. But I don't like certain things should stay where it's at. You know, some of them are actually get pretty successful, like books to movies, but a lot of stuff gets eliminated. But like the boys and Invincible, it's like really freaking bloody. But and then if you go to the freaking comic books, it's like there's red all over that shit.
Yeah, yeah.
And
There's
the
a lot of
boys comics are much, much worse. Like a lot worse. Like
the
supposedly
show is
that
hold. Go ahead.
yeah, that scene with that dude with the gigantic massive penis in the boys, then when they go to that facility and he tries to choke mother's milk with his
Oh
huge
yeah,
penis.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
in the comic book it was a little bit more crazier. But yeah, it's I mean it's still going. It's going to season 3.
There are
There's still
so many. Look, listen. There's so many movies, TV shows, series that take out of a source material, and it's not 100% the same shit. So people are also reviewing on that it's not the same shit, that it's getting like turned and twist, and like it's becoming more liberal, it's becoming more leftist, becoming more right. Like what the fuck, it's just becoming itself, and it's becoming like it's what fucking writers do,
the thing
bro.
is that they need to look back at most of the other shows that we've watched.
Yeah.
Like everything from like the early 90s, even right back in the 80s, like Different Strokes, The Facts of Life, uh, uh, even the Golden Girls, all these things, these shows did deal with like what they used to consider taboo during that time. So, well, we're not allowed to talk about this. This is too much. But they did it. It's the same thing that we could do. They're doing now. It's no different. People need to accept the fact that sometimes you have to put the reality of what we're dealing with on TV shows.
Yeah.
Screw everybody that fights against it. I honestly, you're not gonna win, and it's kind
You're
of
not
sucks
even writing
because
the show, so
yeah,
what the hell?
people become super sensitive, and then there's this cancel culture. I'm tired of it. It's like, come on, deal with it. You know, it is
But
what it
like I
is.
said, the show has to be prolonged. Has a following. It's getting loved in many different ways, and everyone's asking the questions. What the hell, Omni Man? Why'd you do it? Like, well, what's the cynical way of you doing it, and why you're doing it? And are we gonna see more Voltrumites? Yeah, I will say yeah. And Omni Man's not even the most powerful this. And dude, I fucking love that they named the guy an alien Alan,
Mhm.
play the Cyclops, played by none other than Seth Rogen.
Oh yeah.
Fucking love
I
it. Dude, I fucking love it,
love that
man.
conversation though. It comes. It was like, wow. It was like you look younger or something like that, and they have this entire fight just to be like, no, you're like they're just like, it's like, well, it's just it's funny as hell. Like the whole situation, the whole conversation.
Wait, this is not you Earth? No, this is Earth. Oh no. I'm gonna have a bad thing. Yo, that was funny. But I love also that his character in the comics is very similar to Super Saiyan's because when he's at the brink of death, his body like becomes much more stronger. So we're gonna see him become stronger. And I hope that he comes back in the series because he has to do a lot with Invincible and Omni Man later on.
Mm.
So this show, I'm telling you, man, I'm reading the comics. I want to buy a little bit more of the comics, man, but
The
I'm gonna hold
next,
back.
there's another show that's gonna come out that I've been saying, and I remember because I wanted. You ever heard of Why the Last Man?
No.
Well, it's gonna be a show, and it was also made by DC Vertigo during that time. I think it's Vertigo. I think it is Vertigo. Well, the whole premise of it, I read a volume one of it. I remember I was reading it. I was reading it at LaGuardia. I was like taking a break at the library section, and they had like the graphic novel.
Right.
So I was like, let me check this book out. So the whole premise, the whole story is that all the males died out of the blue. Every single male died, and all the women was on Earth, a lot left alive. There were only women. And then all of a sudden, this guy comes out of nowhere who strangely hangs out with a monkey that's also alive because it's a male monkey, and he's male, and they're trying to figure out how the hell is he alive. So during this whole thing, his mother thinks he's dead. And he actually confronts his mother and said, "Look, I'm still alive." And so, how the hell then I'm alive? And it's like, "Look, I don't even know." So the whole thing is like, all these women are alive, and some of them are actually, becoming more. Remember that the Amazonian lore that they end up cutting. Amazons will cut one breasts because it was I remember when everybody was saying Gal Gadot was her breast was too small to play Wonder Woman. She said, "Yeah, the lore of the Amazons is that they used to cut one of their breasts, so it could be easier to use the arrow because the breast was in the way. So they will cut one breast, the one that would be in the way of like when shooting the arrow. So they ended up doing I think they ended up doing that in that story, the last man. They ended up there was just women who that's how they became part of that group. Like they became like this organization, and each of them had like one breast cut off. So they were part of this group. Eventually, it then and I guess they're like it feels like it's post-apocalyptic since it's during like an apocalypse because there's no men, there's just women alive, and they're sort of being the ones that are controlling, they're on Earth, and they're doing their own way to survive and all this thing. So it's a crazy story, but it's I never got to read like the series of it, of the but I got to read the first graphic novel, and it's supposed to become turning into a show pretty soon. The Why the Last Man.
That I've never heard of.
Yeah.
It's crazy if the idea to do that.
And the funny thing is, it went for a while too, and it was like one of those hits. Like it actually won its awards, and it was
Oh
actually
really?
highly rated. Yeah,
That's
it was
crazy.
highly rated.
Seems like a good. It's gonna turn into a show. You said?
Yeah,
Oh
Why the
wow.
Last Man.
Where on Netflix?
I don't know which which streaming service
Hmm.
is one of them. I know that.
Hope it's not Apple. That's the one I don't have. I have everything else, which I don't pay for
I don't
all of
think it's
them.
Apple Plus. Apple Plus is not yet. I mean, people probably have it, but it's like there's
It
not a
doesn't
lot
have
of
as
shows in
much.
there.
There's
Yeah.
only that one series that looks okay, and that's with what's his name? Michael who plays Michael Scott?
Steve Carell.
Steve Carell. There's a thing where he's like a anchor or something like that. As
Yeah.
a news reporter or something like that. Something like that. That seems like okay because I saw the trailer a long time ago when they were trying to announce it again, but yeah. But that story seems interesting. I've never thought or heard of the idea of Amazon's doing that.
Yeah. I
But
remember that
wow.
like Gal Gadot, when she was sort of responding to her comments of like having small breasts and
King's forehead is huge as fuck. All right, that man's making fun of me, but he has a big ass forehead. Sure.
who who has a big forehead.
No, one of the guys in the chat. I know him personally. You know
Mm.
you do. Because you wear that hat all the fucking time, like a bitch. Um, but yeah, I think this concludes this episode, man. Because that was a lot. That was a good episode. I enjoyed today's episode. Talked about a lot, sequels, and with Winter Soldier and Invincible, and I have a high hope of Invincible having more than just one season. I really hope it has several seasons.
No, I think it's gonna be really big. It's made the writer, I think it's Robert Kirkman. He's the same dude that did the Walking Dead. He wrote
Oh
the
yeah,
Walking Dead
yeah, yeah.
comic. Yeah.
Wow, that's a good read.
Him, Robert Kirkman, and Mark Miller are almost like uh, they're similar in what they in the product that they give us. It's like original ideas, but like very freaking bloody. Because you've seen Kick Ass.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Even
the
Kick-Ass in the
Kingsman.
comics was worse.
Yeah, and
Like
Kingsman.
where bloody. Oh yeah, Kingsman too.
What else did he do? Wanted. He wrote Wanted. What
Oh,
else
I
did he
love
write?
the movie Wanted.
He also wrote Civil War. Captain America and the Civil War. So,
Mhm.
I mean, yeah, not the movie, but you know, they got the ideas from his. What else did he write that we all know? Oh, he did Superman Red Sun as well. He wrote that.
Yeah, he has a lot
Yeah.
of good
Yeah,
storytelling, man.
he has a lot of stuff, and now a lot of stuff that's coming out on Netflix, like Jupiter Legacy, and there's like a whole bunch of comics that he
And
just
when
came
is
out.
that
That's
coming out, bro? Because
I don't
I've
know,
been
but
waiting.
he already showed scenes, like the actors portraying the characters and everything is almost he's like
Shoot.
happy about it because it almost feels like it's directly coming out of the series.
Oh, you know what my favorite scene is when what's his name? Mark. His name is Mark, right? Or Max? The kid, Invincible. What's his name?
Main character
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
is Mark Grayson.
Mark Grayson. Mark. He's trying to go upstairs back to his day with the girl, and
Yeah.
then his dad stops him. He's like, as a hero, and then he starts leaning, starts talking to him, and he just mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And then most of us as kids, we were just like, yeah. I got to, yeah, I got you. Okay. But yo, he's so calm and nice, and just like, mm-hmm. I'm gonna start doing that.
Did you notice the scene when the gay friend came up and said he needs to clean his room, and then he throws the box of Kleenex and lotion into the garbage?
Yes, that shit had me fucking crying. Right at the
I
desk
would,
where the
the
computer's
thing that
at.
made
I'm
me laugh
just
about that is like for the first time I see a cartoon where it sort of insinuates like, oh, so he masturbates. It was that cracked me up that he just pushed it in the garbage. Like we saw it for a split second, but we knew.
which movie was that we saw that too? Where it was a character. I think it was Kick Ass, right? Was it Kick Ass?
I think it was Kick Ass, but it was used. It was. I know it was in I Love You, Man.
I love. Oh
I
yeah.
think it was also on Kick Ass, and it was also in Me, Myself, and Irene with Jim Carrey.
Oh,
When
you're
she,
also forgetting Dear no, not Dear John. John Don. The one with the guy that played Robin in The Dark Knight Rises.
yeah, I know, Don John, yeah,
Yeah, Don John, dude.
yeah.
That movie is out of fucking.
It's funny because I remember I was you sometimes when you watch movies you don't expect certain things, but right when the movie start, it was like when he started like saying all the lines, and I was like, holy crap, it's like you just got into something. It was like, what the hell am I watching? But it was just
Yeah.
so funny, man. Oh
Yeah.
man.
He starts off and you're just like, oh shit, I gotta fucking be quiet with this shit.
And Scarlett Johansson was,
Yeah, we talked about that before.
oh
Good.
my god, I like
That
that glossy lips and the way she,
that was right around the time she did Avengers,
think so, yeah.
the first one.
Yeah, I kind of I didn't enjoy much of the curly hair. I kind of like the whole blowout hair that she had in that movie, and on how she looked in Winter Soldier. She had a
Was it?
tan. You could tell she had a tan because she looked like she
Oh
was,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I think that concludes this episode, man. I had fun. It
Oh
was a
yeah,
good
I did
episode.
too, man.
Yeah,
No, I
good
did.
episode. Good episode. All right. If so this has been the Geek Mythos podcast, and you could search us up on Facebook at Geek Mythos Pod, Twitch on Geek Mythos Pod. Obviously, you're watching it, but if you're listening, Twitch, YouTube Geek Mythos Podcast, Facebook Geek Mythos. Did I say that one already? iTunes and iTunes, Spotify, Amazon Prime Music or Amazon Music Unlimited. I don't remember what they call it now. I think it's Amazon Music /podcasts and
Dude, I
Stitcher.
think. Oh, well, we'll come up with an idea. We'll talk about it afterwards. But
Okay. And the link is in the bio, or link will be down below. Or the description if you're listening to iTunes or any of that. But this has been Jose and Joey for the podcast. Catch you later. Good
later.
night. My geek